Welcome back to another Film Geek movie review. In just a bit, I am off to check out the new horror film, Strange Darling. So what is the story of this movie? Well, it tells the story of a woman who has a one-night stand with a man who may or may not be a serial killer. And then she gets involved into crazy serial killer antics. I guess that's the best way you can put it. The trailer doesn't give me a whole lot to go off, but that's fine because I don't want a trailer to give me everything. I just wanted to kind of whet my appetite and give me an idea of what I might be in for, and this trailer did an excellent job of giving just enough information. Alright, so anyways, this movie is written and directed by J.T. Molnar, and it's starring Willa Fitzgerald, Kyle Gallner, and Barbara Hershey. This film looks like something right up my alley. I love horror movies like this, more grounded in reality, kind of realistic shit that could possibly happen. That's the kind of stuff that scares me. Yes, I love Jason Voorhees and Freddy Krueger, but that shit's not necessarily scary. That's mostly fun. The real craziness is the monsters that exist in, here in reality. Alright guys, well that's enough of me sitting here yammering. It is time for me to get out the door because I need to go see Strange Darling. Welcome back. Just getting home, and pardon me here real quick. Sorry. I just need to get a drink in after seeing this movie. Holy crap, this film is a stress-filled movie. It really keeps you on the edge of your seat. Let me tell you folks, this movie completely exceeded all my expectations. Now, normally I do negatives and positives when it comes to my reviews, but I didn't really find anything wrong with this film. But I will warn you on one thing, and then I'm not going to tell you anything else about this movie because honestly, please go into this movie completely blind. If you've seen the trailer for this film, just see the trailer and go into this film because you need to know as little of the story as possible to truly enjoy everything that's going on. Now, this is not a movie that I feel will be a one and done for people. I don't think it's going to be like, oh, the surprise is gone, so now the film isn't all that unique anymore. No, I think this movie will take a second viewing. Not that it's confusing or anything. It's just something that you're going to want to watch again to make sure you caught every little detail about what was going on in this film. If you're somebody who cannot take non-linear storytelling, if you need your story to be 100% straightforward and delivered to you on a silver platter, this film may not be your cup of tea because the movie jumps around a lot with its storytelling. But it doesn't jar you. In fact, it actually warns you a little bit. And this is the one thing I'm going to say. So when you go into the film, the very beginning of the movie, it says this film is told in 6 chapters, and then it goes chapter 3. So there you go. That's exactly how this film bounces around. It lets you know this is what's going to happen. You're going to have this many chapters, but you know what? We're going to shake it up, so get ready. This is going to be fun. If you're someone who cannot take storytelling in that way, then you're probably not going to enjoy this film. It might not be your cup of tea. If that's something that doesn't bother you, you enjoy watching a story told in a very unique manner, this might be the movie for you. So let's get this started with the positive, shall we? The first thing I want to talk about is the acting in the film, because our two lead actors, Willa Fitzgerald and Kyle Gallner, do outstanding jobs. They are so good together. The chemistry, or I almost want to say lack of chemistry between these two, is amazing. They are so good at playing off each other. And considering they are pretty much the only people that are on screen for most of the movie, there are some other characters that pop up, but these two actors are pretty much on the screen most of the time, especially Willa Fitzgerald. I don't think there's a scene in this film that doesn't have her in it. I think she is 100% on the screen at all times. And my gosh, they just do such a great job with these characters. The story itself, yes, it's told in a non-linear fashion, but it keeps you on your toes. It keeps you guessing up till the very end. This movie does a great job of playing its cards very close to its chest, so you're at all times wondering exactly what's going on. Now, the storytelling doesn't disorient you, but it reveals itself in a manner that keeps you guessing on what could happen next. You start wanting to see a flashback. You start wanting to see what's going to happen next, but you never know what your next chapter is going to be, so you never really know exactly what's going on until pretty much the very end of this film, when the movie decides, you know what? We're going to show you what's going on. We're going to reveal to you what's going on. And honestly, guys, I loved it so much. It just kept me guessing from the beginning to the end. Also, the cinematography in this film, holy crap. Now, I was able to go to an early screening of the film. It was supposed to have a question-answer period at the end of it, but there was some internet problems, so whatever. But the cinematography in this film was amazing, and I was really hoping that I was going to get to see the question-answer, because I wanted to get a little bit more background and some more depth to this film so I could tell you guys about. But then I thought about it, and I'm like, no! The more I know, I could ruin, so I'm glad I didn't see the question answer after all. But the cinematography in this film is outstanding, and I'm hoping they have this at the beginning of the film when you get to go see it. It just starts off and says, filmed on 35mm film. Filmed on actual 35mm film, and the film looks gorgeous. There's moments where the cinematographer just slightly puts the film out of focus for just a moment, and it's just enough to kind of disorientate you a little bit. So many great shots, so many different angles, great aerial shots from up above. I mean, the cinematographer for this film was just pretty much allowed to go hog wild, in my opinion. All in all, guys, this movie, very impressive, highly impressive. I really enjoyed this movie. It blew my goddamn mind, to be perfectly honest. And if you are interested in seeing this movie, unfortunately, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer. It comes out August 23rd, I believe, so next weekend. So mark it on your calendar. Go check out Strange Darling, because this is a nice little horror thriller. We don't get to see movies like this too awful much that just keeps you guessing. Much like Long Legs with its 90s slasher vibe, or 90s serial killer slasher vibe, this film is kind of the same thing, but it has a nice little modern edge to it with the way the story's told. So guys, I honestly cannot recommend this film enough to you. Get out there, August 23rd. Make this movie the sleeper hit of the year, for God's sakes. Alright, that's all I have for you today, guys. Thanks again for checking out the Film Geek. If you liked what you saw here today, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, ring that bell for notifications, and give me the old thumbs up so I know you like what you're seeing. And if there's one more thing you can do, folks, that is keep watching movies. You know I'm gonna.